Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are chiming in from around the world. And welcome to our Increase Your Income, Increase Your Wealth Surge 365 Business Opportunity Overview. Family, if you are a VIP guest, you were invited up to this presentation because there is something in store for you that will change your whole entire life. My name is Janice Elisa Parker, commonly called Coach JP. I'm a marketing director here at Surge 365. And family, just to give you an idea of who I am as a person, before we get into all of the opportunity, I think it's always a good idea to know, who are you about to listen to? Well, family, I'm just a country girl raised by my mother and my grandmother, and you'll probably hear grandma slip out through me here throughout the presentation. But family, just went to school on an athletic scholarship, came home when my mother first got laid off. I didn't realize jobs did that to people who had been with them for a long time, but they do. Worked in the corporate sector, worked as an electrician. I was told I'd never be promoted, went into insurance, and then landed in the automobile industry. And literally, family, since 1998, I've actually been working independent of any other employer. Well, family, I thought I'd arrive when we got to this dealership, and we really did well. And from 99, we went from $500,000 a year in sales to 2006, 7, and 8, over $21 million in annual sales, which was pretty good. And we were working with this one bank. They loaned us $2.5 million. They said, expand your corporation. We kind of built it out of a laundromat, right? We just converted this laundromat. They wanted us to have a nice location, so we did that with the marble floors, the marble ceilings, the chandeliers. I mean, it was state of the art. And they were supposed to increase our credit line after we spent that $750,000 so that we could sell more cars and, of course, get our investment back. Well, family, unfortunately, we finished that project in June of 2008, and most of you know what was happening at that point in time. There was something called a recession, and unfortunately, our bank filed bankruptcy. Of course, grandma used to say stuff rolls downhill, and all of the dealers that were assigned to this particular bank, we had to pay back what they loaned us. So as opposed to us going to $4 million in buying power, we went to zero in the middle of a recession. And quite frankly, family, we didn't recover. So if you remember back then, those people who were, struggling to keep their businesses, struggling to keep their homes, you're looking at one of those people. And unfortunately, I fell on hard times. I started looking like, okay, well, how do I go and create another six-figure income, but this time without all of the hours that you have to have if you own an automobile dealership, family? And that's when I stumbled upon this industry. And I didn't have any money to get started. I mean, literally, I'd lost everything from the house to the cars to the friends to the credit cards to cell phone accounts. Everything was gone. So I'm looking for that perfect opportunity. And I stumbled upon this. No income to speak of, but mentors who kind of grab you by the hand with no experience and walk you step by step through the process. Because of that, in this particular business, the one you're about to look at, where I sat on the other side of the screen, just like you're doing tonight, I've not only earned the $50,000 challenge I'll share with you about in just a few minutes, 4 of the $10,000 bonuses, I don't even remember how many of the $1,000 bonuses, and become an Onyx ring wearer. It's a wealth builder ring, just signifies you've earned between $100,000 to $249,000 in a 12-month period. Now, I don't say that to brag. What I say that to you to say is this: if I can do it, having not only lost everything that I own, but a lot of my self-esteem, if I can pull myself up by my bootstraps like grandma used to talk about, you can too. So as we dive into this information, just know I am you 2 years ago. I am you 2 years ago, guys. And all I want to say to you is, if I can do what I'm about to share with you, you can do it too. So the question is, how do I increase my income? How do I increase my wealth? Well, you'll notice that Warren Buffett says to increase your wealth, you start a business. Family, here's the kicker to what Warren Buffett says. It cannot just be any business. It cannot just be any business. As a matter of fact, he puts it so eloquently. He says this. He says, listen, the things you like to do should become a hobby of yours. It's the things that the world does that should become a business of yours. Well, what is the world doing? Well, family, the world is traveling. I mean, listen, I was talking to a young lady today, and she said she has a cruise booked for some people that were headed to the Bahamas. God bless them. We've been praying for them. She said, but what they're going to do is just redirect the cruise to the Cozumel. See, travel is one of those things that's going to continue to happen, and the numbers speak for themselves. Grandmother used to say numbers don't lie. So if you're going to go in business, right? You go in business where people are already spending money. Look at what people spent in 2017, $8.3 trillion. That's 12 zeros, family. I don't know if you know that. I didn't know it, but that's 12 zeros. That is a lot of income. As a matter of fact, to put it into perspective, if you took the income of eBay, of Google, of Microsoft, and of Apple, you added them all together, multiplied that figure by 700%, then you would have the total sales and income generated by the travel and tourism industry. All right, so Grandma said, God bless a child that has his own. And Warren Buffett says, you know what? If you're going to increase your wealth, you have to start a business. Same thing, just a different way of saying it. So we found the right industry. But you and I can't just walk into Southwest and say, hey, we want to represent your airlines, or walk into Hilton and say, hey, we'd love to represent your hotels. We can't do that. We need some clout. We need somebody who has a footprint in the industry, and that happens to be these three gentlemen. See, the owner of the company, J. Lloyd Tomer, his son, Scott Tomer, and the president, Dr. Christopher Copley, these gentlemen collectively have over 140 years in the industry. Right, in the industry. And because they are really serious about what they do, meticulous and very ingenious business people, they literally have already done over $3 billion in travel sales. Now, let me tell you what that means to you and me. They have already paid out over $253 million in actual travel commissions. Now, that makes my heart very, very happy. Now, that's one part of the business. In another part of the business, they paid out 50,000 of those $1,000 bonuses. They paid out 500 of those $10,000 bonuses. They've actually created right here in this platform. See, you know what? Right here, $100 million earners. I don't know if you remember back in the day when we were growing up, we would say, that's my car. Y'all remember that? We used to do that. Well, family, I also remember saying, I'm going to be a millionaire. It's just that when I graduated, there was no real way to get it done. I got a job and I realized jobs don't pay me enough to become a millionaire. Well, family, we are in the right place at the right time. See, grandmothers used to say it's not always what you know, but who you know. And the who you know invited you here. So let's talk about the product. We've got the industry, right? We know we got to be in business. We know our employer is going to take decent care of us, but they didn't create the job, so we become millionaires. We already know that, right? Now let's talk about the product. So hopefully you have pen and paper, okay? And I want you to write down the words platinum, vortex platinum. Write that at the top of your paper. And now I want to talk to you about component number 1. So you want to write down number 1 under the words vortex platinum. The first component of your company is something called the vortex. And I want you to write beside that URL. The company is going to issue to you your own private URL. So let me kind of give you a little bit of background. Let's just say you were going to take a vacation, right? And your mother came to you and said, I can offer you the exact same vacation for the exact same price you got it from Expedia. Who would you buy it from? Well, in my household, right? look, to be on the safe side, I'm going to purchase it from my mother. Why? I love my mom. That's somebody that I personally know. Why would I support somebody else's business when my mother has the same thing? Well, let me ask you a personal question. If you offer to your friends and family the exact same vacation, but they would save 80% of the time, they would save a little bit of money because they went through you, who would your friends purchase from? Well, the answer would be you. Now, remember I told you the owners of the company, they're ingenious. They came up with a concept, partnering with a company called SOR, that is a revolutionary concept that allows people who don't even like to talk to people who don't even like to sell, a way to create some serious extra income with what we call the vortex. Now, this is what your vortex would look like. Your URL is only going to be assigned to you. Like mine is mine, and Rosa and Eddie's is theirs, and Rose is hers. See, the beautiful thing about it is that our vortex are independent, but you and I now offer Southwest Airlines, and we offer, you know, Hilton and Westin and Carnival Cruise Lines and Hertz Rental Cars, everything that your friends and family would be able to purchase if they went to Expedia, Priceline, and Travelocity, they can purchase from you. And 80% of the time, what happens? Money. What I love about this is, even if you don't like talking to people or you're afraid to talk to people, and definitely if you're one of those people that say, I don't like to sell my friends anything, my question to you is, can you give your friends something? All right? How hard is that? Can you give free access to your friends and family? And of course, the answer to that question is yes. Now, here is what I love about it. They're going to save money, not all the time, 80% of the time, okay? But whenever they save, the company pays you 60% of their savings in the form of a commission. So here's what the company decided. Scott, Coach, and Chris said, listen, we're not going to pay for a billboard for $10,000 in all 50 states, and we're not going to pay for $1 million commercials like those other companies do. They're going to pay you, and they're going to pay me. Now, I don't know about you, but that feels better in my pocket. I'm just saying, other than Expedia and Priceline. And here's the beauty of it. Your vortex is open 24 hours a day, just like Expedia. Let me tell you what we've really done. We have created what I like to call the Uber of travel. The Uber of travel. I mean, think about it. Uber doesn't own any cars. You and I, we don't own any hotels, but we do have a platform that stays open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, just like the Uber app. And when somebody needs Uber, they go use it, and then it sits there waiting for them to come back. When somebody wants to travel, they go to your vortex, they use it, and it sits there waiting for them to come back. You could have somebody that decided they want to go down to Orlando. I don't know if you know, Orlando is the #1 travel destination in the entire United States. They realized, oh my goodness, my cousin, my best friend, my coworker, my church colleague saved me $474. I can save $474 by going through sister such and such vortex link, whatever this is. And guess what? They're going to be able to enjoy their vacation a little bit more. Maybe they don't have to eat out of the trunk of the car, but they can eat inside of the park. I don't know. But you're going to receive a check for over $280 because you're the one that the link belongs to. Well, Coach JP, share the link. Well, you logged into your virtual back office, you clicked on menu, you clicked on virtual vortex invites, you typed in their name and email address. You can do that 5 times for each send that you have. That's what you did. What did the company do for you? They began to drip on every single one of your customers. Anybody that signed up under your vortex, the company will drip on them. They'll say something like, hey, you looked at New York, so did we. And then they will continue to drip on them every single Tuesday with other updates. You may not even know the person that actually booked this vacation to New York, but I dare say you and I would cash that check in a heartbeat. As a matter of fact, one of my champions said, I'm going to deposit all of my checks into one bank account. So at the end of the year, I see how much money I have, and then I'll decide what I want to do, right? Guys, it doesn't matter. I mean, think about it. You could be at a tailgate party for a college. That's, I don't know, ODU versus NSU, tailgategift.com. I mean, you could create it on a fancy little football, hand it out to everybody at the tailgate parties, everybody in the stadium. Somebody books and goes to Rome, and the next thing you know, you have a $244 check. See, Expedia doesn't book any of your travel. You won't have to book anybody else's as well. They get a chance to go straight to your site, an unlimited number of customers. Now, if you were like Tanisha, and Tanisha says, I'm going to dump all of my money into this account, let's just say in 12 months, we help you to earn $6,000 that you deposited into that account. Where would you go? Well, my girlfriend Letitia says she's going to the mall, but family, the beautiful thing is it doesn't matter. You would get to choose. But here's what the question mark is over most people's head when we talk about this. They're like, okay, so where would I actually get the people? Family, you already know them. They're already in your cell phone. They're already on your social medias. They're people that you work with. They're people that you go to church with. Your children play Little League with. They're people in your neighborhood. They're your UPS or your postal man. They're the people that are part of your family. They're your cousins, your friends, your frenemies, your enemies. Listen, let's just let bygones be bygones. Because family, if only 200 nights were booked on your site in the next year, I'm saying somebody booked 7 nights, somebody else only booked 1 night, somebody booked 10 nights, somebody else booked 2 nights. It doesn't matter. So we're not talking 200 people. That's what I want you to understand. It's kind of like if you only had 338 Facebook friends and 30% of them booked a weekend, right? That's what we're saying. You just earned yourself $6,000. I mean, $6,000 just by sharing a link. Do you know how fast you can get that link out? I mean, technically, you could go ahead and share with thousands of people as quickly as possible. Last year, we had a young lady that through her vortex had actually been able, let me go back one. She had actually from January of last year to August of 2018, she'd earned over $7,800 with her vortex, and she did not have more than 300 customers. Do you see how powerful that actually is? Very powerful. Now, I came back here because I wanted to talk to those of you online that are part of an organization, whether it's a sorority or fraternity, whether you're a pastor or minister, whether you are the, your child is in a Little League, or you're part of like the theater over in Hampton. Do you realize that these numbers work for your church or your nonprofit organization as well? I mean, think about that. The people who donate, contribute, or part of your congregation, they are already traveling. See, this number right here of 200, what if that number was 2,000 nights booked on the church or the nonprofit's website? And they only save $50 per night, just like we just talked about. Do you realize that that is $60,000 that the organization could raise? We're working with dozens and dozens of nonprofit organizations and pastors who love this concept simply because they're not asking their congregation for anything. The congregation signs up for free. The company drips on the congregation, and whenever they travel, money that was normally redirected out of the house and didn't come back, at least a portion of it now what? Comes back into the organization. Now that's number one. Now I want you to write down number two. See, because you can become a bona fide certified travel agent right here in this platform. And do you know what I love about it? You'll do this right in the comfort of your living room, in your car, on vacation. It doesn't matter. As long as you have an iPad or computer or internet access, you literally can study to become one of our travel agents. Here's what's so amazing. I'll tell you the story about a young lady by the name of Felicia. Now, Felicia is on our team down in Trinidad and Tobago. And when Felicia got started a few years ago, she took the first 100 days or 90 days. Anyway, she got her certification. And when she did, I posted on Facebook, congratulations to our newest travel specialist. Family, people came out of the woodwork saying, Felicia, can you book me here? She booked somebody to Spain. Can you book me here? Japan, Rome, Abu Dhabi, Jordan. All of this within a 90 to 105-day period of time. In addition to that, she took 115 vendor training. See, when your company has done $3 billion in travel sales, the top vendors want to work with you. Well, the fun part of it is not only was she able to go to those 5 destinations as a tour guide, in addition to that, she earned commissions. In addition to that, right, her travel was free. But in addition to that, family, those vendors gave her, I remember she got luggage. I think she said her mother is here in the U.S. Her mom called and said, there's this big box here for you. Well, one company sent her luggage, another company sent her a $500 gift card. She earned a free cruise on Princess Cruise Line, Norwegian, Royal Caribbean. What am I telling you? I am telling you that as a bona fide certified travel agent, you can earn money. How many of us have been the person responsible for booking the family for everything? Well, now you can book the family, earn commission, donate it back to the family if you want to. It's your money. Listen, everybody is a group trip waiting to happen. Everybody is. So you could have a sorority or a Little League team. How many times, we've got people that take people to the African American History Museum, take them to wineries. We've got Tanisha taking people to New York this coming March to see her cousin who plays in the role of Tina in New York. In other words, family, there's money to be had in travel because people are going to travel. That's number 2. Number 3, under your Vortex Platinum family, number 3, you actually own your own membership. Now, you see the words ownership has its privileges. Well, we kind of took that from American Express that says membership has its privileges. Now, what does that mean? Well, you can book the exact same travel that your friends and family book, like say, for example, to New York or to what we just showed to Orlando. I know for a fact with that Orlando trip where your friends saved $434, you would actually save $928 or $963, something like that. So as an owner of the platform, number 3 is you have your own private membership. And I'm gonna circle back to those free vacations. I love free because I'm gonna tell you about that in a second. But watch this. If you were to book to go to New York as a private member, not your friends and family, now they'll never see these numbers. You have a whole different platform from them. But 8 days and 7 nights, you would keep $927 in your pocket. Now, I don't know about you, but with Celine Dion and Cirque du Soleil and Mariah Carey and Diana Ross and the Ferris wheel and the Eiffel Tower and all that good food in Vegas, I'd rather have my $927 sitting right on my bank card. What about you? See, because we can have more fun then. We can eat out every night. We're talking about a 2-bedroom suite that sleeps 4 people. And we're only going to pay $459 right there on the strip. That's what membership does. See, the power of this. Oh, I've got to tell you about Bora Bora. Have you seen it? They have these like over-the-water bungalows that are sitting out in the middle of the water. There are no windows. You know that, right? Because each bungalow is private from the other one. There's a portion of the floor made out of glass. Look right through your tippy toes. Maybe even Find Nemo. I don't know. But it's totally private, totally secluded. Well, family, do you know that if somebody went to Expedia, Priceline, or Travelocity, they would spend $6,708 for something that you could spend $3,400 on? So let me just put a pin in it for 1 second so I can help you understand how we're able to get this pricing. It's not that Expedia doesn't have access to this pricing. It's just that they're not going to charge that. They're going to charge more. See, online is an agreement that exists called parity. And what parity simply means is this. Expedia owns a bunch of the companies that you've seen, like Agoda and Hotwire and Travelocity, and then Booker Holdings, which is owned by Priceline, they own the other half, like Trivago and Hotels.com and Get a Room, whatever. So if you've ever gone from site to site to site to site looking for the best price, and all the prices are kind of like here, right? And nobody is undercutting anybody. That is by design. Both companies did over $70 billion last year. They don't have to undercut anybody. So we have partnered with a company called SOR, right? They have an algorithm, a technology that verifies what the lowest price is online, then brings to you, the wholesale member, the wholesale price for what you see online. So you and I could spend $3,400 for the same thing somebody would spend over $6,000 for, and shoot, if we wanted to, we could take that $3,200 in savings and literally use that for the flight. Then we would also book through our membership. Now, we don't guarantee savings on flights, but I'm gonna tell you, when Tanisha flew back from Brazil, she saved $700. I'm just saying. So guys, the beautiful thing is it does not matter what you want to do, whether it's cruises or rental cars, whether you want to exchange your week with your timeshare, whether you want to go shopping, right? Listen, if you need a cell phone, you can get it right through your membership. If you want to shop at Walmart, you can do it right through your membership. Target, Neiman Marcus, Papa John's Pizza, Red Lobster, all of this can be done right inside of your membership. Now write down number 4. Number 4 is what we call your vacation vault. Now, your vacation vault is where we hold your reward credits so that you can walk away with free vacations. See, when you hand out your link to those customers at the tailgate party, to your cousins, send them out through your virtual Vortex invites link, it doesn't matter. When those customers travel, they sign up for free. So they don't own anything, right? They're just kind of like the friends and family discount. The company gives you the reward credits for their vacation. Give you an idea. When Charlize first got started, she actually booked the remaining family members that were scheduled to go on a cruise. Some of them had already booked. She booked the rest of them that were scheduled to go on the cruise, and she earned 180,000 reward credits plus cash. I don't know the cash amount, but I'm sure it was decent. At any rate, when we flew round trip into Brazil, where I told you Tanisha saved the money coming back, she only ended up paying $33 because the reward credits that she earned from her customers and her personal travel literally paid for that flight to Brazil. She saved thousands of dollars on that flight. So because you own the platform, you have this fourth part of your product that allows you to earn free vacations. I'm gonna tell you, listen, the company has sent me on a lot of free vacations. We just got back from Punta Cana. The sky was bluer and the sand was whiter and the air was more pure because my money was in my bank account. Free vacations are fantastic vacations. All of that, family. Does it make sense that you not only can share that link and earn money, but also earn rewards credits? We give you free vacations, but you can earn money as a travel agent and know that you personally, not only can you earn free vacations, and you can also get the best possible price on your own personal vacations. And if it makes sense, let me tell you what makes even more sense. That it only costs $4.99. I remember looking at, what it would cost to open a Subway, what it would cost to open a Chick-fil-A. Family, those prices are humongous. Not to mention the credit rating that you got to have to get it. But here is an opportunity for $499. You own all four components. It only costs you, I'm going to put this up here so you can look at it. This is what it costs you to run your business every single day. $2.11. Listen, you can't run a household. Matter of fact, most bills in most households are more than $63.54 per month. $2.11 per day to run a business. Most of us spend more than that on coffee, right? Or McMuffins or whatever else. We're talking about creating your own business platform, a one-time fee of $4.99 and then $2.11 per day to run your company. And a company where we say, listen, we know that you may be saying, I've never done anything like this before. $4.99 is a lot. I don't want to, waste my money. I want to make sure I'm going to be okay. Well, you're going to be okay. Because here's what the company knows. They ask you to do two things to make sure you activate what we call a risk-free guarantee. We don't want you around if you're not going to be happy. But we know you're going to be happy, which is why we put this in there. You share your link with 10 people every single month that sign up to become a customer, and you listen to, 10, sometimes 10 minutes, sometimes 4 minutes of training, but it's 60 days worth of training. And that's it. And the company says, if you're not happy, we'll give you your investment back for your Vortex Platinum and every single payment that you made monthly, right? Now, who does that? So you have nothing to lose, and free vacations and income and $1,000, in your bank account to gain just by being in business. See, because here's what the company knows. With 120 customers, somebody's going somewhere. So they're willing to give you back everything that you paid minus what you earn, because they know if you do the work, you're going to earn way more than what you paid. Does that make sense, guys? Now, let me ask you this question. Have you ever seen a campaign where the company also says, even though $2.11 is not a lot of days to run a company, if you help 3 other people be in business for themselves, we'll actually make sure that your monthly subscription goes from $63 to $0 every single month. Who does that? So not only do we back our travel 150%, we back your business 100%. Matter of fact, you know what? Some people say, Ms. Parker, I can't do $4.99. Here's what the company says. Tanisha and I like to call this a layaway, but here's what we say. Listen, you can get started at $4.99 if you want. Now, what you'll get is just a link. You don't get the travel agency or the reward credits, right? But you'll get that URL that you can start to share to earn money. And if you ever want to upgrade to the Platinum, this is called Vortex. This is Vortex Platinum. If you ever want to upgrade, fine, you can. If you never want to upgrade, you don't have to. So guys, whether you get started at $1.99 or at $4.99, the company is guaranteeing your income. Now, let me ask you this question. If you share this, or let me say this, if you let us help share this with 10 people that you know, how many of those people do you think would be interested in a part, all the parts, some of the parts of what we just shared with you? Well, every single presentation I've done, asking that question, everybody has said all 10. Why? Because it just makes perfect sense. Well, let me ask you this question. What if you say it's 10, but you were 30% wrong? Would it be okay for me to show you how to make money, maybe like $1,000, and be 30% wrong about those 10 people? See, here's what's going to happen. In your first 30 days, what we want you to do is qualify for a quick start and a fast start bonus. Let us help you share it with those 10 people. The first 3 that say yes, it's going to pay you a commission of, at Vortex Platinum, of $30. And if we do that in 8 days, an extra $150. But wait, in addition to that, you let us help you bring on 30% less than that 10, 7 new people, right? At that platinum level, in your first 30 days, pays you up to $1,440 because you're going to get $1,000 bonus just for helping 7 people. Now, I know that's probably like, how is that possible? And there's a lot of money for that work, but it's what we do. That's why we've paid over 50,000 $1,000 bonuses. But it doesn't even stop right there. The bonuses, those $1,000 bonuses, are unlimited. What does that mean to you and to me? It means that we can earn as many of them as we want to earn. So let's just give you an example of how this works. Because a lot of times people think, well, it must be that I have to do a whole lot. Actually, it's just that you have to understand the power of a franchise type platform. See, in a franchise type platform, with you being the top of the franchise, each person that joins the team, you're going to help them to earn, but because they earn, you earn. And in our system, it's very simple. I just share with you, about getting 3 and free, right? Helping, when you get rid of that $2.11 per day. Well, what if you helped everybody on your team do the exact same thing? And what if every time 7 sales fell into your team builder group, or 14 points, right? You would earn a $1,000 bonus, whether you lifted a finger or not. Now, let me show you how that works. Let's just say this is you on the left. That's your first 3. Remember the first 3 of those 7. And here are the other 4 of those same 7 that we just talked about. Now, your goal for these 4 is to help them, well, for all your team, but is to help them to get what we call 3 and free. See, these 4 fell into your team builder group because after you brought on your first 6 points in your first 30 days, you became what we call a team builder. Remember, I said every 7 pays you $1,000. You enrolled 4. You showed him how to get 3 and free. That 4 and 3 equals 7. It just paid you a $1,000 bonus. You see that? You didn't do the work. As a matter of fact, this second couple may be a pastor. Maybe they travel a lot and they want to use the link with the church, and they have some other, ministers and evangelists they want to share this with. Whatever. It doesn't matter. But you help them to do what? Get what? 3. So our responsibility is very simple. Help them to get 3. Well, family, you're going to notice in the rest of this particular slide is that every time 7 sales falls into your team builder network, whether you did the work or not, you're going to earn $1,000. But what if I told you that these 7 people, these 100 people that you're developing, with every 7 paying you $1,000, that these people would not just pay you a $1,000 bonus, but the company would let them count twice, and actually they would pay you a $10,000 bonus as well. Remember I said the company has paid out over 500 of those $10,000 bonuses? Well, Letitia Nicole Beatty has earned 4. 5. I've earned 4. Michelle and Ophelia Richardson, they've earned the $10,000 bonus. Leslie Johnson has. Maurice, what's her name? Nelsa Consuela Rojas Cruz. I mean, there's almost a dozen people that have done this, and some of us multiple times. See, when you're going for that, when you're putting those people in, eventually you're going to go to 100, and you understand you didn't do all the work. Well, when you get to 100, the company is going to pay you $10,000. But remember, I told you those people counted twice. So not only will they pay you the $10,000, along the way they paid you 14 of those $1,000 bonuses, assuming they're all platinum, and they paid you a $20 override. I don't know if you caught it on the slide where you went from $30 in commission to $50. Well, that extra $20 they're going to pay you. But guys, that's $26,000. But here's what's so amazing. You get that done inside of your first 100 days. Let us help you do it. You can't do it by yourself because you don't know what you're doing. We do. We can show you how to do it. And family, you literally can earn an additional $25,000 by letting us help you bring those 100 on in your first 100 days. Just like Letitia Nicole, just like myself, Michelle O'Field, Leslie, Maurice, Nelsa. I mean, they're people who have done it, who will show you the exact thing that you need to do. How amazing is that? Maybe you have a medical procedure that your insurance company won't pay for. Maybe you need to pay off a car, buy a car. Maybe you need to help a parent. Put a parent in a home, put a down payment on your home. I don't know. But family, where do you and I go working part-time from home and pay an extra $50,000 before Christmas? Where can we go do that? Remember what Warren Buffett said. He said to increase your wealth, you had to do what? You had to start a business. In our business, there are over 12 different ways of earning income. But there's somebody on this line right now who's saying to themselves, Miss Parker, I don't need all of that, really. As a matter of fact, recently I was talking to a young lady. She says she has 4 children. She says, I have a junior, a senior, a freshman, and a 6th grader at home. I just need an extra $400, $500, or $600 a month to make my ends meet. Well, you know what? It's the same process. We're going to help you get 3 and help those 3 get their 3, which is 9, and then help those 9 get their 3, which is another 27. That's a guaranteed $500. But guys, you kind of understand that it won't stay at 500, right? You understand that. That's the power of what we're actually putting together. So now closing out, right? Closing out. One of the beautiful things about our platform is that we do have an executive level, and there are a lot of people that would love to be on the executive level of the company they work for. And the chances for some is slim and none, and there are some chances for others. But what I love about this platform is I want you to think about and understand that the person who owns what I'm sharing with you is you. You don't work for me. You don't work for the person that invited you. You work for you. And inside of your benefit booklet is everything that I just shared with you, plus what I'm about to share with you. Meaning you are not excluded. We don't care whether you start at $199 or $499. It really does not matter. When you add $20 to your platform and become an SBA, all of this is available to you. As a brand new marketing director, I can tell you that the checks are very, very nice and that the company does what they say they're going to do. I can tell you, right, that it is one of the most lucrative platforms I've ever seen, where we literally just work and do the work, extra $1,000 per month. That's $12,000 a year. Guys, you know there are people in the United States that don't earn $12,000 a year. You can, if this is just your bonus, you're still earning all the other income we were talking about. This is just your bonus. How about if we looked at, level 2, where you're going to have a Dodge Charger or a Dodge Challenger, right? This is the car that the company is going to give to you. It is your car. Your first car is the company car, so you will have to give it back, but that's not a catch. It's actually a benefit. But guys, you choose whichever one you want, but there's $24,000 in bonus money coming to you every single month. $24,000 in bonus money. And not month, year. $24,000, $2,000 a month. I mean, how many of us could get totally out of debt, with maybe the exception of our home, within a couple of years? How many of us could pay off our home, 10 to 20 years sooner, just because we took this bonus money and applied it to our mortgage? Guys, the car, they buy the car. You don't have to go sign for anything. They pay taxes, title, and licensing fees. They pay the insurance. When you get to level 3, you return that car, and then they're going to allow you to go purchase a Mercedes CLA 45 AMG. I'm sorry. They're going to go purchase for you whichever one that you choose. Now, you're going to lease the car from them for $1 for 2 years. After 2 years, family, the car, they're going to sign it over to you free and clear. But I want you to look at that $4,000 per month. This is extra. This is in addition to everything else we already talked about. This is just an extra check every single month. Guys, when you get to the level where you're earning an extra $8,000 per month, for most of us, that covers all of our household bills. And so now we can take our job check and put more money in our 401k, or if you're self-employed, a solo K, right? You're able to do that because of the kind of income you're going to create here. But let's have real talk so that we understand each other. This is not over tonight. It's not pie in the sky. You're not going to sign up tonight and wake up tomorrow and they got a car in your driveway. No, you got to go to work. right? You don't just start a business, you have to work your business. This could be anywhere from 3 months to 12 to 1 year. This could be 1 to 2 years, 2 to 4, right? 4 to 6. And that's just a guesstimation. Some people are moving faster than that. Okay, but here's the beautiful thing. What you want to understand is even at this next level, where they're paying you 12 grand a month and you're driving either the Lamborghini, the Ferrari, or a Bentley, may take you 8 years. So, I mean, really, so what? One young lady says to me, Miss Parker, just looks like it would take too long. And at that time, matter of fact, the Ferrari and the Lamborghini weren't there. And we had got to the money, this $1 million here, and I was telling her, you know, you get 500 when you qualify and 500 during tax season, so you can pay the taxes on the full $1 million. And she says to me, Miss Parker, it just looks like it would take too long to get, you know, to the top of your comp plan. And I asked her how old she was, and she's like 21 years old. And I said, baby, do you realize that your retirement age is like 75? She thought it was 65, right? So I said, that's going to be another 54 years of your life. And the average person who retires working for somebody else, if they have enough tenure to retire, lives on 40% of what they had been earning at 100%. So if it did take you 10 years and you'll be 31 years old, if it did take me 10 years and I'll be 35 again, don't nobody try to figure that out. I'll be 35 again, right? The thing is, if I don't do this, then what am I going to do? I mean, real talk. This business gives us absolutely everything that we could possibly want. Awards, incentives. We're open 24 hours a day. You got mobile coaching, personal coaching. You know, you got self-development workshops. You don't need experience. We're going to take care of you. You have tax write-offs that you didn't have in 2019 that you're going to have in 2020. You're your own boss. So if it's not this, then what? And if it's not now, right? Seriously, if it's not now, then when? Because here's what most of us are doing. Most of us are thinking about possibly maybe looking into one day going ahead, kind of doing something. And that's just called procrastination. Some of us are looking and saying, Miss Parker, I don't even have the $199. I'm going to tell you, go find it. I'm going to tell you, do whatever it takes. I've had a young man sell necklaces, not to sell them, but pawn them to go get it. I've seen somebody pawn on TV. Listen, you can't make money watching it anyway. I've seen people do whatever it takes to start their company. If somebody told you you could open a McDonald's tomorrow for $1.99, would you make the excuse that I can't find the money? No, you would find it. Well, family, you're going to earn the same kind of income without the same overhead and without the same risk. I've had people say, well, I don't have the time. And I remember thinking I didn't have the time. I was working 3 part-time jobs just to make my ends. Matter of fact, the ends didn't even know there was another end to meet, let alone our ends meet, right? And so I remember thinking I don't have time, and I was so busy trying to make $35,000 to $40,000 a year. I almost missed this opportunity to make $35,000 to $40,000 a month. My grandmother would say to you, you know, if she were here today, she would say, don't put out till tomorrow what you need to get done today. Y'all heard that. Listen, there's no time like the present. Time waits for no one. That's all the stuff grandmother used to say. Some people say, well, I just don't believe it. You don't have to. I didn't believe it either. Matter of fact, I got started with just needing something, right? I got started needing something. I remember going to see this young lady get her car. She'd been in a year. She got started 6 or 7 months, December, January, February, March, April, May. 6 months after I said no the first time, she said yes. A year later, I got started 2 months before she hit $100,000 in this company. That's crazy. I finally said yes. So believing it doesn't matter. When the checks start coming in, you'll become an instant believer. Some people say, well, you know what? I don't know what I'm doing. Great. We really prefer you didn't, because we want to teach you what it takes to make this happen for you. So what I want you to do very, very quickly is get back with the person that invited you to this particular webinar and let them know you're ready to rock and roll. You're ready to get started. You're ready to get paid. You know, you may love what you do. But grandmother used to say this, don't have all your eggs in one basket. If the number 3 billionaire on the planet has his hands in over 100 businesses, why is our hand in just one thing? The number 3 billionaire has already given us a piece of advice. to increase your wealth, start a business. And family, this allows you to do that. So immediately get back with the person that invited you to this webinar. Let them know of the questions that you have. They'll get you in touch with one of the leaders, one of the marketing directors to help answer those questions, because the time is ticking. Guys, we are already closing out this year. Yes or yes? It's already, they're already playing Christmas carols, for crying out loud. What I'm saying to you is this. Let's not go into 2020 hoping we're going to be able to fulfill our New Year's resolutions. Let's start fulfilling them now, and let's make 2020, the rest of our life, the best of our life. Listen, I look forward to seeing you on the beaches of the world. I look forward to seeing you at the bank. I look forward to seeing you get out of debt and enjoy everything that God has to offer for you. God bless each and every one of you. I am Marketing Director, Coach JP, Janice Elisa Parker with Surge 365. We've got the best thing smoking. The harvest is plenty and abundance is your birthright. Let's go out there and let's tell the world. I'll talk to you very, very soon. Good night, guys.